All right, Shalom. First, I want to start by giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakwadash, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahushai, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahushai. Yahweh be the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God. Yahushai be the name of his beloved Son, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. That's their true names in Allah Subhanahu Kodash, the ancient Hebrew. The only names you call upon for salvation if you're an Israelite, the Israelites being so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans today, as well as the Israelite foreigners that have taken on the appearance of the heathen, but their seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and blessings and salutations to the Lord's elect. I'm back with another lesson through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And I think I'm going to title this one, Another Sign of the Times. All right, another sign of the times. You know, so much going on in the world, especially with this war with the U.S., Israel, and Iran. All right, in the midst of it all, you know, Yahweh Shemel Shai is having a blood moon occur at this very moment. Okay, it's roughly 3 a.m. over here in Southern California, man. And, I just took this video. And we know that the blood moon is a heavy sign, okay? It's a heavy omen, a heavy sign of judgment and bloodshed, okay? Let me see what I can grab. Let me grab Joel real quick. Joel 2:28. All right, because we in them times, man. Things is happening so fast. All right, it says, and we're also in the time of the Pesach approaching, and we know things get, real spiritual around this time. This is Joel. This is going to be a short lesson, Lord's will. Joel 2:28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions, right? And that's happening. That has been happening. So many people are having these, what they will call end time dreams, or biblical dreams. Seeing World War III, dreams of the microchip, dreams of chaos, civil unrest, okay? It says, and also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth Salakia. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, right? It says, and the moon into blood, all right? And that's exactly what's happening right now. It says, before the great and terrible day of the Lord comes. So this is another sign, of that Yahweh Shai's return is nigh, and it's back-to-back blood moons. I remember last year on the night of the Pesach, it was a blood moon. Okay, so this is an extremely heavy time. All right, and then I typed in Google, what does the Bible say about the blood moon, right? It says the Bible describes the the moon turning to blood as a prophetic, apocalyptic sign preceding the day of the Lord, a time of divine judgment and the end times, right? So it's a very prophetic and apocalyptic sign, okay? All right, you have these, what are they, astronomers, obsessed with the heavens. A lot of people watching this not knowing that, it's a sign of the end. All right, because that terrible day is coming. We're in them times. All right, there's a lot of bloodshed going on. Okay, things are heating up, man. 2026 is on the roll. All right. Let me read a portion of this. It says, this is from endtimeheadlines.org. Blood moon to be visible over North America, Australia, and New Zealand during Middle East war with Iran. And it's not Purim, all right? They're going according to what them rats do. It says a total lunar eclipse, a striking blood moon event, is scheduled for Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026, offering dramatic celestial views for sky watchers in North America, Australia, and New Zealand. The eclipse will bathe the full moon in a deep red glow as it passes through Earth's shadow. The Guardian explains that astronomers expect a deep and copper red coloration during the totality phase. It says this rare astronomical spectacle comes at a moment of intense geopolitical tensions as the United States and its allies are engaged in a major military conflict with Iran following a coordinated attack on Iranian targets that began on February 28th, 2026, right? So that's Friday, last Friday, or this past Friday. Okay, which you go into March, that's dealing with the so-called God of War, right? That's dealing with war, okay? All right, there's nothing but war on the earth right now. You know, that's basically it on that. So the timing of it all is even crucial, okay? And we know that the moon declares times. This is Sirach 43:6. He made the moon, right? Yahweh Shema Shai made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. So this is a declaration of time. I want to see what the GNTD says. Sirach 43, I believe. 43:6. It says there's also the moon making the passage of time an eternal sign of the changing seasons. Right? The moon determines the holy days. That's facts. It lights grow full and then grows dim. The month is named after the moon, marvelous to watch as it grows fuller each night, a signal light for the heavenly armies shining out in the dome of the sky. Okay, so they don't really have nothing, but going back, it says he made the moon also to serve in her season for the declaration of times and a sign of the world. So it's a heavy sign. Okay, from the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, right, you got the moon phases, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. Okay, the beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, an ornament, giving light in the highest places of the Lord. Right? You have the greater light, you have the lesser light, and that's what the moon is. Okay? So this is a very powerful sign. You know, Ka'Allah Yahweh Shema Shai for all that's going on. You know, may the Lord continue to escalate this thing and, you know, continue to hear the cries of his servants. And we eventually get out of here, man. You know, we know a few more prophecies have to take place, but that's all right, because things can happen like that, okay, overnight, you know. So Lord's Will is edifying. What I named this lesson? Another sign of the times, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh by Shema Shai by Shema Kakwadash. Till next time, Shalom.